I'm Dave Wilhelm. In this video, we discuss the break-even analysis section of the Business 245 business plan. It's one of the most important sections and can also be one of the most challenging. Break-even analysis. Before developing the break-even section of your business plan, be sure to read any assigned material or watch any assigned videos. This material is mostly applicable to for-profit organizations, but we will look also at how to apply it to nonprofits. Break-even analysis answers the question, is this a business or a hobby? If it makes money, it's the business. If it costs money, it's a hobby. And break-even analysis tells us how many we have to make and sell to break even. Not make a profit, but not lose money either. The second part of determining whether it's a business or a hobby is market research, which answers the question, can we sell that many? For some break-even explanation on YouTube in the Dave Wilhelm NC channel, there are 2 break-even analysis videos. They have a little common information, but you should probably watch those before you start developing your break-even analysis section. So there are some limitations to break-even analysis. One is that there is no inventory. That is, the assumption is that the quantity produced is the quantity sold. Maybe reasonable in many cases, but good to keep in mind. And the other is that there are no economies of scale. As you provide more services or manufacture more products, the cost of supplies and other costs will likely go down. Break-even does not take that into account. If you want to take things like that into account, you basically use an Excel spreadsheet with those algorithms. 3 cost categories: startup costs, things that happen one time. It might be a good idea to include those, but not always, and we are not going to include those in our break-even calculations. Fixed costs and variable costs are the ones we use for a break-even calculation. Fixed costs are things like monthly or annual expenses, salaries. They are independent of product volume. There could be owner draw if the owner wants to take out a certain amount of money each month. Not all fixed costs are fixed costs in the wider meaning of the term. For instance, salaries may go up, but they are not dependent on the production volume. Variable costs are variable because they vary with production volume, no other reason. Hourly labor, if they're paid by production, is a variable cost. If it's salary, independent of production volume, it's not a variable cost. Parts and components, those are pretty much variable costs. Sales commissions are variable costs. Costs start up one time. I'm not going to go through all of these. Licenses, registrations, certifications, account setup, legal setup, maybe designing a website, taking classes or courses. Continuous operating variable costs. These are the ones that vary with the quantity produced, manufacturing the product, labor and material, purchasing supplies, and providing goods and services or services to the customers. The continuous operating costs: fixed, accountant, continuous services, fees for space or rent, retainer for ongoing services, the owner draw, continuous promotion of the product, updating the website. All these are fixed costs. They may change a bit, but they are independent of the quantity produced, and that's why they are fixed costs.